Yeah.
I'm back again.
For the final countdown. NBA off-season preview.
Season preview with the final installation for the nation.
Final episode 30.
Oh, that's clumsy when it's to say the final installation
For the final installation for the National Basketball Preseason Association.
Ooh.
Bars.
With your Utah
Jazz.
Yes. Hey, when was the last time this team was relevant? It's hard to say for the better team.
When it gets to these better teams, it's more difficult because they've always been about in it. But then I start thinking about, I then interpret that question as, when was the last time this team won a ring, or when was the last time this team was in the finals? That's the difference, isn't it?
They always have some good iterations in it, the Utah Jazz. So they have this current one, obviously, we're going to go into a little bit. Then before that, it was like the Darren Williams teams with, was it like Carlos Boozer?
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, so their little new school Stockton Malone kind of thing they were doing. Then I think before then you got to go to like John Stockton teams, innit? But
shout out to Utah Jazz, and I mentioned it in the Toronto video as well. Watch that one if you haven't. The jerseys that Utah do, the mountain, the purple thing with the mountain, creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. Utah Jazz. Who's the best player?
Utah Jazz best player on the team is the Spider, Donovan Mitchell. You trying to re-question that?
So tempted to say Rudy Goble.
Mr. COVID.
I'm so tempted to say Rudy Gobert. I'll go Demon. I'll go Donovan Mitchell.
I was going to say to you a dumb question. I was going to say, if he wasn't 7 foot, would it still be Rudy Gobert? But he is 7 foot, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously,
I know what you're saying. So I tell you why I'm now thinking about it. If you replace Donovan Mitchell with another all-star guard, the team would pretty much be the same. You take Rudy Gobert off, but put another center on, it might not be the same.
It won't be the same, innit? Free time. If you look at accolades, free time defensive player of the year. That's a big thing.
Should you make a executive D&D plus decision and change the best player on the team to Rudy Gobert?
Nah, let's give it to Spider.
Spider! Hey!
Spider! But who's your guy to watch next season?
My guy to watch is also Mr. Spider. I feel like he's been putting in a lot of work in the regular season last year, and I feel like people are. I think people, you know, what it is. I think the basketball world recognize him, but the casuals, they don't. I feel like they don't really know about him as much. Like, I feel like the commentators know about him. We know about him as if we're on some pedestal of hierarchy of people that know about him. Obviously, Utah know about him, and a lot of. Yeah. But you know what I mean? But I feel like in terms of like the NBA fan, I think people can sort of underestimate him. Yeah. And I feel like this year, it's time to show out and prove. It's almost like a mini Westbrook thing.
Was it this last season where he had that little awkward thing with Shaq? Do you remember?
Yeah,
that?
Was it on the mic when he was having the interview?
Yeah. I didn't even think it was that. I think he overreacted a little bit. I understood what Shaq was trying to say. Do you know what I mean? And Utah fans, let us know what you felt about Shaq's comments. I personally thought that Shaq was just trying to motivate him a little bit, but hey, let us know. Anyways, my person to watch is Rudy G.
Mr. French Gobert.
And it kind of, Rudy, I'll just go straight into my hot take. Rudy Gobert needs to be, he needs to be featured in that offense more. In my opinion, like
they're using primarily for defensive rebounds, isn't it? Which you count rebounds? Offensive rebounds as a form of defense. I would say defensive rebounds as a form of defense because you end the possession. Once you get that rebound, you end the possession. No, but I'm saying but a rebound is a rebound, yeah. Obviously, defensively, most likely as a defensive team, you're in a better position than you are as the offensive team. But you know, when you get an offensive rebound, that's still technically a defensive play. That's not an offensive play, is it? Yeah, it's not an offensive play, is it?
Yeah, I get why they're saying it, because you rebound and you're still in offense, but it's kind of like a steal. If you know what I mean. But I was gonna say, for Rudy Goble, I feel like he needs to be featured in this offense because at the end of the day, he's the other all-star. He's your all-defensive guy, and the reason why like this team always looks like they'll do well in the regular season, but not good in the playoffs
because they trust Spider too much in the playoffs, innit?
Yeah,
not trust him, but they rely on him.
And not to say he doesn't do well. He does do well, and like Mike Conley had that weird first season in Utah when he wasn't that great. He came on and he was injured this last season. But I feel like they just need like scoring coming from someone.
Yeah, they need that secondary 30 scorer, innit?
Yeah. And I feel like we see Rudy like in the Olympics, like he can get buckets, like he can, and he's like, bro, he's like people say Greek freak, right? Because obviously he's tall, but Rudy Goble is a bit of a freak.
Yeah, but he's not as athletic as Giannis, though.
No,
but he's not like he's not gonna run the point, run the floor, and dunk.
No, never. But Rudy Goble in itself,
it needs to be more set offense. They need to run more set plays.
I feel like we should judge him off a different curve next year. Like I would like to see Rudy trying to give you 20 a night. I feel like that would do wonders.
He could be Mr. 2020.
2020.
For me, Donovan Mitchell is also a hot take for me. Like I feel like another would have spoke about it, but he needs to notch it up in terms of like I said, just solidify his place as an all-star, solidify his place as that guy, and Mr. like average like I don't know 28 a game. Add that to Rudy Gobert's 20. Then you look at the people that they've obtained in the offseason that can help bring the team. Like they're still going to be a dangerous team. Like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Utah Jazz were lucky last year. We feel like we said that in some of the videos, but they weren't. They're a good team. They're a good team. And everyone, they just need to push a little bit harder because it's like they got the regular season locked down. But then when it comes to playoffs, they don't get exposed, but they just need to,
But that's why playoffs has always been about stars. Like it's always been about your star players, and that's why I would say that Rudy needs to be featured more. Yeah, it's like they kind of have two all-stars, but they kind of don't.
They have two defensive all-stars and one offensive all-star.
I feel like they need to feature him more. Like they just need to feature him more. You can't just say defense is really good, and obviously he always gets them through the regular season, as you said. But if they can say Rudy Gobert is good to give us 20, and then actually people have to scout for him on the offensive end, he can get people
averaging 20 though. That's averaging 2020.
Not 2020. Like 20 like 20 and 12 or something, or 20 and 13, close to 20 and 50. Like that's which would be crazy. Like if he does, but like I feel like they just need to expect more from Rudy, or he needs to show more on the offensive end.
Maybe he doesn't trust himself, or maybe it's the coaching. You never know. Maybe it's the play style. They don't play big man ball.
No, not at all. Guess the seeding, brother.
We respect them. We still see them 3rd to 5th seed.
Which is a drop off.
It's a drop off, but we've already spoke about it in other episodes, which I know you guys have already watched. And if you haven't, go watch those now. That other teams have got better. Number one. Number two, not as many people are going to be injured. Number 3 was a bit of a luck season for some teams. Not saying Utah, luck season for some teams last year. And I feel like cancel those things off. Nobody's injured. It's a more competitive conference, 3rd to 5th seed, which is still respectful. I think Utah, top 3 is respectful.
Let me throw in something different though. Utah have the regular season algorithm. They have that. Let's just admit they have it, right? And then when you do look at the top of the West, it's older teams. So, Utah fans... That's true. It could be a first. There's a chance, yeah. Again. But we all know that's not what you guys want. You guys want a deeper playoff. But that's why I was thinking, like, I'd rather, as a fan of a franchise, for example, let's use OKC. I'd rather OKC finish 3rd but get to the finals than finish 1st and get beaten in the first round. Yeah. Because it almost makes that thing irrelevant. Well, it does make that thing irrelevant. Yeah. That doesn't mean nothing. But let's see what did they add in to see if they can make that playoff run extend that playoff run. What did they add in? They added in Rudy Gay. Eric Paschal. Yeah, I like him.
Hassan Whiteside. That's interesting. That is an interesting one for me. Very interesting.
One that I really like, because if I know obviously people always talk about Hassan Whiteside with like maybe what's his actual real love for the game, if you get what I mean. But if you can get that Hassan Whiteside that we had in Miami for like a season or two, backing up Rudy, that could lead into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because now he actually has
to compete.
He has a competent backup,
yeah,
and he has competition like in practice. Like, because Hassan Whiteside, love him or hate him, we know he can block shots. like you know, Hassan Whiteside can block shots. Maybe not as agile as Rudy when it comes to switching and these other things, or not guarding the paint as well as Rudy. But at least you can say, actually, Rudy, you know what? You can be a bit more aggressive. Because
there's someone that can back you up, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see.
If you think about Utah, just a little bit of basketball, not saying I'm a coach or anything, one thing we all know about Utah, when you watch your team play Utah, right, is as soon as Rudy Goble comes out the game, everyone starts driving in the paint. That's always game plan for Utah. Is let's try and shoot threes, let's try and like shoot some mid-ranges. With Rudy, oh, he's gone. Paint.
Yeah, but now Mr. Whiteside's like, okay, cool, try that again.
Yeah. Then you have Eric Pascal, who's he gonna be replacing what's your guy? Derek Favors.
Yeah.
Younger power forward. I like that. A bit more versatile on offense way more versatile on offense than Derek Favors.
Rudy Gay's always been 30 as well. He's a veteran now, though, isn't he?
Very solid vet. I actually kind of like those.
It's a decent off-season transaction considering they've already got their core two.
Yeah.
And you can see what they've done is just think, how can we complement our guys better?
Yeah.
Not how can we get better. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You can see that they're working around Rudy Goble and Donovan Mitchell, as opposed to, let's just get better, let's just get anyone we can who's good. I feel like those transactions seem more calculated, and therefore makes it more interesting.
Not to mention on the team, you have still have Jordan Clarkson, sixth man. You got reigning sixth man of the year, so you got that punch off the bench. I think they've always had some of the better
bench players,
role players, like Joe Ingles, bro.
Oh, 30.
I think that guy, he's the one guy, like you could put him on any NBA team, and he produce. You have Royce O'Neal, bro. At one point in the playoffs, I thought this guy couldn't miss a free.
Yeah.
He's like such a good 3-and-D player. So they have a good. Utah,
and then adding Hassan Whiteside to the bench, that makes it better.
Bolstered up. Yeah. No, I like it. What picks wise, what they looking like?
Well, they're on the second round pick for next season, but they're not. It doesn't matter. They're not interested in that anyway. They'll just see what's going on. Cool.
One person we need to shout out, I think, is Quinn Snyder.
Mr. Quinn Snyder.
Solid, great NBA coach.
Solid as a rock.
He's been 30 since he's been there. Like, he's got that team playing good basketball.
He does just need to crack the playoff code, though. You can't sing praise. As in, like, what I'm trying to say is, from an objective point of view, you can't sing the praises of a coach too much if they're not getting that playoff ball.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting that playoff ball, but what I mean is, like, they're not,
I think Utah fans, look deep within yourselves. Let's just be honest.
Right? Wait, let's take a minute. Let's meditate with the Utah fans right now.
You guys need another piece.
You need another piece.
You need just another star. It doesn't even, with Utah, because they're so good, it doesn't even have to be like a world changer. You just need like a all-star, like another.
Someone, like, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking on the level of like Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal's on a high level now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's another all-star.
Like he's not a top 5 kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like just someone that could think about their offense. If you can get Spider, someone else on the wing. Ooh.
They can have a big three. They need a big three.
Yeah, but like I think out of all the small market teams in the NBA, you gotta give Utah Jazz the crown.
Where it's due. The king.
They drafted right. Built around the players that they drafted.
They're actually, like I said, they're actually building around those players. You can see their long-term plan. They're not going anywhere. And if they carry on like that, they're not going anywhere. They'll be at the top 3 for a long time. And
Utah, I think we all want Utah to crack the code, to get deeper, because like that's their franchise, isn't it? That's what we know.
They've got time as well, because soon.
Yeah.
when OKC are up, I'm not interested in any other Western Conference teams getting there because obviously OKC will be there. But for now, while we're rebuilding, I'm happy to welcome a lot of Western Conference teams into the final. So,
yeah. And to be honest, they're actually kind of young team. They're not as old.
Oh no, they're not as old as you people might think. Yeah. They got. That's what I'm saying.
They got time to grind. They got time to grind. Utah fans, I think you got a nice.
Oh, we haven't asked the important question. Ooh. Is it a league pass team for you?
You know what? The reason why it's a league pass team for me, right, is because that Hassan Whiteside thing. I would love to see how teams adjust to when Rudy comes out. Someone else who can block shots comes in, and you put we're putting Hassan Whiteside in a system that actually looks after Rudy Gobert from a defensive point of view. That it actually puts him in his best spots. I'd like to see Hassan Whiteside in that spot, and I'd like to see how teams are going to adjust to that. They might run through some teams, bro. This year.
I'm saying it's like it's not a no, but it's not necessarily a yes.
Okay.
As in, I might not seek it out, but if I see it's there, I'll log in.
I'm just saying, and from the videos I've seen of Donovan Mitchell.
But I do want to look out he's one of my favorites in the league. In that, like the non, I don't want to say that, like the non-LeBrons, Kyries, and that. The old people that are leaving in a few years. Donovan Mitchell has been my favorite for about the last 2 years. I've been saying that for about the last 2 years, but so I always keep an eye on my guy, but not necessarily.
So it's a league pass team for you then.
Yeah. A little bit.
Utah
fans, enjoy your season, and hopefully enjoy your pro season, your post season.
Yeah. Anything we missed out? Anything we didn't touch on? Let us know in the comments. This is the final installation.
Let us know.
Final installation. If there are any other teams that you're interested in the NBA, we've touched all of them.
Yeah.
Check all of the videos. Go through, have a look at the channel, like, comment, and subscribe.
And I appreciate all the people that have already watched them and subscribed and liked and commented.
Much love.
And we'll see you in a future episode of some sort on the D1D Plus channel. Look out for that. Put that bell on so you don't miss it. Enjoy the NBA season. Peace out.
A-Town.
Boop, boop.